When playing Minecraft Bedrock, some people want a calming and playful art style for their forever world, and today's texture pack promises to do just that. The texture pack that we're reviewing in today's video is the Pastel Adventures Texture Pack by Pathway Studios. With 12 skins, it costs 660 mine tokens and takes up 4 megabytes of size. So let's find out if today's texture pack is a soft pastel paradise or just a colourful nightmare adventure. So the GUI for the Pastel Adventures Texture Pack, if I'm being completely honest with you, is rather disappointing. Now the description mentions fully custom UI, but when you're in the main menu, there's no change. When you're in the settings menu, there's no change. When you're loading into a world, there's no change. The creative and inventory menu, when you're in a world, might have like the subtlest of color change, like maybe a softness to the gray. Obviously, the icons have got to change and the items and stuff like that have a change, but really, I feel like we're stretching the terms custom, fully custom UI. Like, I've seen texture packs that don't talk about their UI have absolutely changed UI. Like, they turn the menus into books and stuff. This, I feel like, isn't doing enough at all to warrant the description. The description's definitely overselling it here, and as such, it's feeling missold. Obviously, 660 mine tokens, I can forgive UI changes, but not when it's mentioned in the description. And then when we spawn into a brand new world, the first thing that actually hits me here isn't the colors. Their colors are great. Like, the blues are very bright. The greens are very nice. They're very cool. The first thing that hits me, though, it's the fog in the distance, which really strikes me as being quite strong. It's a very heavy fog, really blocking visibility off in the distance, which is strong at the top here. Obviously, if you get down low and you're looking down at the bottom here, you'd never notice it unless you're looking off into like an open clearing like that. But genuinely or generally, you're not going to see much of it. But yeah, that's the first thing that I mentioned, or first thing that I noticed to mention in this pack in the world. That's a very heavy fog, and I'll have more on that in a moment, because if we look around the world how we normally do, the water, very blue, very nice. There's some good transparency, some good visibility on here. It's a subtle left to right motion animation, although if I go this side, then it becomes right to left. So depending on how you look, it's just a very traffic car system, maybe, with the lanes and the going across, which is nice. The sky, I mean, it's hard to tell where the fog ends and the sky begins. We've got a sun at the top here, which is your kind of standard cute sun that you would get. And I am expecting a lot of cuteness from this pack. I want to see happy faces. I want to see cute models. We can see the trees don't seem to have much transparency. They seem to be heavy blocks as we're going through. And if we come over here, we can have a look at a few different blocks. We can have a look at the cows. Yeah, we've got that very, very cute cow design. If we can split those up, they look almost squished together in their length. Doesn't look as long as a normal cow, but it does have that cute cow design with some big eyes, actually. Bigger eyes than I expected, but you could definitely see they've gone for that cuteness effect. It's vanilla in color. It's not vanilla in model, really, but it is what you would expect from a cute pack. With the grass, I'm not seeing any real variation on here, which is fine. I don't believe it mentions variation. I really should spend more time looking at the pack description. But I don't believe it mentions variation. But it's very clean, very smooth, very bright colors. Same for the sand as well. It's not a copy and paste texture from the grass on here. It's just very small details, very bright yellow, very, very smooth and clean. And then if we pop around here, we can see some more. We've got the leaf litter on the floor. Over here, we've got some flowers over here as well. The resolution, I don't know what the resolution is, but I think it's a very simple and small. We've got the grass blocks on the side here. I'm not really a resolution guy. I can't look at things and be like, oh yeah, that's 16 by 16, or oh yeah, that's 32 by 32. I can't do it. I can't do it. But it definitely looks a lot more simplified to try and get the point across. There is also a chicken over here. Again, very smooth. And this chicken looking quite bulky, in fact, compared to a normal chicken. He's got that immediate cuteness. This is what you'd kind of see in like a plushie. He's a bit shy, doesn't want to be seen too much, but definitely looks like a little baby chicken indeed, with how big the face is. Looks quite like kind of like a child design. I'm not sure. But yeah, I mean, I like it. It's a fun design. They've definitely made it their own. If we pop around here as well, we can see we've got some gravel on here. Again, very simple, very bright and bold, which is what you would expect, like I say. And then if we pop around over to here, we can see some more. So we do have some variation, like here. You've got dirt and dirt, so there is slight texture variations in the pack. Maybe not everywhere, but definitely in some places, which is very, very nice. And then I'm trying to just find us a sheep or even some stone for us to look at. Let's head off into this direction. We can see some stone and how that would look. Maybe see some color transitions on the grass in the swamp. Yeah, you can see it here. Look, we've got darker grass transitioning to lighter grass. It's quite a blocky transition. It's not your smoothest transition. It feels very old school Minecraft in that sense. And then up here, we've got the stone with kind of circle textures. If I place one down, we can see the top here too. Again, it feels very wallpapery. I don't know if that's a fair assessment, but it does feel very wallpapery to me. It's harsh changes, which, I mean, it's weird. I don't notice it as much in Minecraft vanilla textures, but that stone to dirt side by side can feel very, very harsh. And it's definitely something that's apparent in all texture packs. I mean, how do you make stone and dirt look similar, right? We've got coarse dirt here as well, which is a slightly different tonal shift. But yeah, I'm getting very much wallpaper vibes from this. I can't see a sheep, so we're just going to spawn one in. Here we go. Grab this. Okay. He's got like a chain on. What's going on there? So we've got some visual glitching going on. Is that like... That's supposed to be like a bell? What has it got on him? Why does it have that? It is supposed to be a bell. Do sheep wear bells? I thought cows wore bells. That's weird. Again, and what's with these dark, emboldened lines around the ears? They've definitely gone for that cute factor again. I don't like the boldness around the ears. Like, you don't see it in cows. If you shave him, he gets a buzz cut around the head and then he gets some leftover bits of wool on his back. Is that consistent? It is. The color does stay consistent, but like, look how big his ears are. Like, you're very cute. You really are. But your ears, why are they a complete different color? You don't have that in cows. You don't have that in pigs, I don't think. That almost felt broken, in fact. Hello, pig. How you doing? Nice ears. Your nose is a different color. A great color, though. For the whole thing. Great, great color. Oh, that wolf isn't even moving. What's up with that wolf's legs? Is that a texture pack or a Minecraft problem? Okay. Ugh. I'm seeing things here that I wouldn't normally see. Okay. The mobs have very cute designs, very cute colors, a few questionable traits, but they are cute. They are fitting the theme. If we get a few horses out here, so very smooth, a little bit of pixelization added in. Horses never look like they belong in the texture packs that they're in. This is where we get blur added in a smooth texture. I never like them. They always look motion blurry and pixely. The same here for the most part. Some of them do look nice, but not a ton. What else do we have? We're going to get skeleton horse. Always spawns a baby one first. I don't like the front. It's too thick. It's too thick. The transparency's not great. It's almost too plain. It's not the greatest start for me here, I'm afraid. Like, I like the colors and I like the cuteness of most of the models, and I don't mind this guy either. But I wasn't a fan of the skeleton horse. I wasn't a fan of the sheep's ears. The wolves don't seem to move. The wolves, whatever. Like, their legs are just definitely stuck. How you doing, mate? You're very cute. And then one other thing that I don't normally talk about, especially not in this section, but I did notice, we're not going to head to a lush cave biome like we normally do. I just want to show you guys this. So let's let the world spawn in for a second. Okay, so you can see the fog definitely fighting with the render distance. And when we're underground, don't worry, you don't need to be able to see too much detail going on here. There is stuff going on, but look at that. Did you see that fog? So as we're in a cave system, and I'm going to walk across the floor, you can see there's fog inside the cave system off in the distance to give it that eerie feel. Very nice. I like that effect. We're currently standing on deep slate, and deep slate has a weird design that we'll see in the Armoury. There's also some tuff here. But that's not the point. Now, if I head over here towards a lush cave biome, that fog gets incredibly strong. Like, look, you can't see anything. No visibility. And I know what you're saying, Daz, you're in creative and you're floating, right? Get on the floor. So, let me just make sure I know where I'm going to stand. If I head over here, so we're currently in a mine shaft. It clears up a little bit. Gets a little bit heavier because I think we're in a lush cave biome mine shaft. But visibility is not as bad here, right? It looks a bit better. It looks a little bit better because you can see your immediate surroundings. You just can't see what's off in the distance. If I head over here, though, and say I'm just in a lush cave biome as standard, I'm standing on the ground and I'm walking around. There's no visibility. Look, you can't even see me. Now you can. Hello. Nope, gone again. Why has it done that? I feel like something is broken here. And this needs to be fixed. This can make a game unplayable. Like, I'm not disappearing. And again, look, you might think, oh, but you're in creative. Go into survival. Well, I'm in survival. I have no idea where I'm standing. And I've just been attacked by a creeper. And now I'm being attacked by a zombie. So, on one hand, I'm like, oh, that makes it challenging. On another hand, I'm like, well, no, that makes it unplayable in certain areas. So if I pop over here, for instance, look, that's unplayable. I've got no idea what's going on. And I feel like it's affecting a lush cave biome the most. Because if we go into spectator mode and we go and find a non-lush cave cave, let's go up here. We'll try and leave an exact area away. Let's go all the way over here. Let's go to, I didn't pick one of these out let's go over here. Look, we've got this massive area here. Yeah. Or maybe it's not as massive. Oh, it's underwater. Maybe we don't have that. Come on, you're ruining my point here, game. Give me a non-lush cave biome area, please. This will do. In here, right? This isn't lush cave. Go into creative again and duck down. So you can see the fog is supposed to be off in the distance. It's supposed to give you that area feel. You can see it over here, for instance. And again, don't worry, it's supposed to be dark. I'm not trying to show you much detail, but you can see the fog off in the distance. Gives it that nice eerie feel. It's not too crazy. But in a lush cave biome, it definitely feels like it's broken. And so it will take away marks from the pack. I am going to factor it into my score. I'm not going to say the whole pack is unplayable, but if it doesn't get updated, it could very well be unplayable if half the time you go underground, you're dodging fog. So hopefully that gets updated. It will factor into my final score, but it won't empower the whole thing. So let's go and find a village now, and let's see what villagers look like. And we're going to be well traveled in today's video because the village that we found is next to the ice spikes biome. It's in a snowy biome, so we get to see how snow is affecting things. We get to see how ice would look as well over here. This is crazy, by the way. An actual village, but on the ice part has generated like an igloo. That's really cool. I like that. That is a very nice effect. But obviously the snow taking over a lot of how the blocks and stuff would look. We can still see paths. Paths are looking fine. Again, very good color, very clean, very smooth textures. It's very well made in that regards. And then the same for the snow as well. And if we come over here, we can see some crops. We can see how a few of the blocks would look as well, but we'll see more of that in the armory. And then we've got the villagers. And okay, these villagers have ponytails. I don't know what happened to my voice when I tried to say that, but they've got ponytails. So let's spawn a few of these in. Here we go. Okay, so we've definitely got cute characters. We've got diversity on here too, which is good. They feel very squished, like very not in a bad way, but like very short, very small. They're very cute. They're very simple in their designs, but you've got characteristics here. Like you've got the little flowery hair, you've got the glasses, the green hair, the pink hair, the blue hair, the outfits. Very good characterization on here. I like the different ponytails. So you got the ponytail here. You got some hair elements here. Over here as well for the bunches. Loads of different hairstyles. And you've got some good different villager designs here, which is very nice. And it fits the pack. I like that. Very good. Like I say, in some elements, this pack is very, very good. It really hits theme in some places. And in other places, it feels like it's broken. You've got the Iron Golem out here as well. Little bow tie. How you doing, buddy? You're looking very, very smart. You look like a bouncer. How's it going, mate? Again, very clean, very smooth. fits the characterization of the pack as well. I like it. It's not bad. Not bad at all. I've got positive things for this. So it's definitely not a terrible pack at all. Some elements are a little bit weird. Some elements definitely look broken. But a lot of the elements are very clean, very polished, very on brand. And they're just very nice in general. Let's set it to nighttime now, and let's see what hostile mobs look like. So the sun is slowly setting off into the distance, which should mean behind us the moon is slowly rising as well. And the moon is quite boring compared to the sun. Like, the sun has all these extra bits on it, massive as well. Get a nice little sunset effect with the red, like as it disappears over the mountain, over the back of that village over there. And then the moon just, yeah, it's just a square, innit? It's a bit boring. There's a bit of an icy blue glow from it, but really not a ton happening. It's definitely not as dark as I would have expected nighttime to be and have seen in other packs. That's going to be from the bright colors, the bright greens, the bright blues, just giving off a bit more brightness in the world. But the fog is still massively heavy here as well. You can really see visibility takes a tanking, which I'm actually a big fan of heavy fog, right? In the distance. I like it when it really makes it difficult to see and blends in really, really well. But we've already seen a few instances where it's not done correctly here. Let's drink the night vision potion. And let me give you guys as well the arachnophobia warning. So there will be spiders. Hopefully they're cute spiders, but to arachnophobics, that might not be a sentence that can ever exist. So just be on guard here, okay? Let's get down low and let's see what's going on down here then. So, do we have any hostile mobs? In fact, we do. We're going to start with a spider. A purple spider, not a ton going on there. And I'm going to show you why I say that right now. Because we've got a creeper who doesn't want to be on camera, but look at that. You've got the cute face, definitely shrunk down in size as well. Massive big bobblehead. They've done a lot to the creeper design, and I feel like the spider's just gotten a bit of a color overlay. And I definitely prefer the creeper to the spider here. There's no, like, they're not even close on that one. We've got a zombie, and you know what we could do as well? We could probably have a look. Do we have any variation? No, we don't. So the zombie, very smooth face, smooth texture, nice little outfit with the bow tie at a jaunty angle. He's been through some troubles. The little guy here as well, dressing to impress. How you doing, buddy? If we come over here, we'll see. Let's just double check the creeper. Any variation? No, no variation there as well. So we can assume there won't be on the spider too. So again, I like how smooth and colorful everything is. I feel like the creeper got a lot more effort. The zombie got a lot more effort. The spider, not so much. And a skeleton, which is over here. Hello, mate. How you doing? Now, I'm not sure what those grey elements are in the corner. You know what, we're just going to grab you. I'm going to take you out of this little area. I need you in an open space. The people need to see you, my friend. Here we go. Let's get a few of you down here. He almost looks like he's got a bit of a beard. He's rocking the Jeff Hardy beard for some reason, with the breaks in there. And same issue that I had with the skeleton horse. The transparency in the model isn't great. It's very plain. The white is very overpowering. They've tried to change that with a different colored ribcage. There's nothing technically wrong with this guy at all. Very clean, very smooth. Just not my cup of tea. So the skeleton, not my cup of tea. The spider doesn't feel like it's had a lot of attention to it either. But the creeper and the zombie, I'm a big fan of. Let me know what you guys are thinking at this point. We're going to head out to the ocean now. And we're going to go and see what an ocean monument looks like. So we're above an ocean monument here. I've still got night vision potion on. It's still nighttime. And unfortunately, my favorite occurrence was very close to happening, but hasn't happened. The ocean monument nearly spawned under the ice. And for some reason, I just like that. It hasn't quite happened here, but from the top, we can see there's some very bright colors. It's very, very blue. I really like the ocean with the night vision potion. Let's get underwater. We immediately lose all of that color. And then the fog slowly dissipates. They've changed the prismarine bricks. I respect that completely. One could say that's an atomic bomb. One could say it's a fish outline. I'm going to say it's a fish outline. But it's nice. Almost feels like toy box style. And then we've got a wavy prismarine here. Not getting immediate color change. Although it is changing color. Green to blue. Very, very slowly, I feel, but there was a green and blue change there. I saw that. So again, a bit more wallpapery design. I think these would be very good interior blocks. I don't know how they would be as an exterior. We've got the Guardian here, which we can look at a little bit earlier than normal. Very plain, some markings on the side. Good color. Prismarine bricks, going for that 2x2 design. Okay. I would say, though, these don't even look like they're part of the same families. They are very, very against each other. It's weird. It just doesn't feel like it blends in. And again, another kind of toy box design here for the sea lantern with the glowing star. Some could say Mario. Some would say toy box. There's that prismarine color change being a darker green there. So it is happening. Let's pop this in here. And let's go. We've got a Guardian, Elder Guardian, who wants to be free. Purple design. It's really just a bigger version of the little guy. This guy can't seem to swim properly either. The purple's fine with the pink thorns. It's not too bad at all. Very simple, but again, good quality. I can't shake this kind of thing where I'm like, it's wallpaper designs. It kind of feels like a child's playroom. In some of these would be like playful blocks for a child to play with. Some of them would be wallpaper designs. Is that a pastel adventure? Is it a pastel paradise? I don't know. Probably not. But then maybe that's just me making that kind of connection. It's very weird. It's well made and it's colourful. And it's definitely for, you know, more children than an adult's perspective, which is probably why it's not hitting with me. But yeah, just telling you my raw thoughts as they come out, I guess. Let's go underground now and let's see what a trial chamber looks like. Alright then, so we're now inside a trial chamber, and that standard art style that we've been seeing, it's following us along. I really like this block. I think this is really nice. This chiseled tough bricks with that kind of centerpiece going round. Is that the centerpiece or is that the top piece? It is the centerpiece, yeah. We place that down. Yeah, it is a centerpiece. Going around, it's a very nice emboldened middle part. We've also got what looks like seamless white stained glass here as well. Very, like, no border at all. There's some good color down here. It's very clean textures, except for maybe the copper bulb, which kind of just has that traditional blur to it, I guess is the best way to put it. They're not reinventing every wheel here. Some things are taking some heavy inspiration from vanilla, like the copper bulb. Other things are very much their own. We've also got the white concrete here. We can see some other concrete blocks too. I like the green of the copper, which is cool. Very, very nice. And then just popping through here. Yeah, I mean, it's a very strong art style. It's very strong colors. What's this? That's tough bricks. That's mossy cobblestone there as well. Okay. With the kind of a wiry moss on there. And then if we pop down here, we've got the breeze. So it's a softer color tone. Now the description mentions new expressive 3D look for entities. Now I'm wondering if this is what is being considered here. I don't know, but I wouldn't say that's exactly expressive or new, in fairness. And now that I think about it, so far, obviously we've still got more mobs to look at, but so far I think what the creeper was smiling and the zombie probably looked shocked. I wouldn't say anything else was particularly expressive either, but I don't know. I feel like this is one where the description's not doing it any favors, and there's a few elements that just don't make sense to me. It's weird. Let's head over to the armory and let's see what everything looks like. And so we're here in the armory now and we get to see how everything looks. Starting with the redstone. Again, I'm getting like toy block designs from this, from like a children's playroom. It's very, very, very weird, but as well, it's kind of what you expect from a cute pack. I don't think it's bad at all. I just think the colors are very good and it's very child inspired or child aimed. For this pack, we can see the different light blocks on here. We can see the glowstone and we can see the campfires. We've got the dragon here as well with the dragon's egg. We've got a load of other blocks on here. You can see the colorful designs for both the shulker box designs and the workbenches and stuff on here. If we pull back slightly as well, we'll see how the ores look in their usual world, along with the precious items, the precious blocks. Looks, yeah, I mean, it all fits in. It's all on theme right here as well. I think this, actually, no, we'll see that as we carry on. We've got the copper in here. This was weird. Why? Maybe I've done something wrong here. Hold on, what's this? Waxed, oxidized, waxed, weathered, waxed, weathered. I've done those around the wrong way, haven't I? Look at that. How long's that been like that? No, again, done that wrong. That one goes there. That one goes there. Well, thank you very much for helping me fix that one, game. Never knew that. But this is how all of the coppers are looking. So we go from a red all the way up to a minty blue. Okay, we've got the glass on here. Now, that's a shame. So the colored glass seems to be borderless, but the standard glass has this thick black border outline. That's disappointing. I know people want that seamless glass. We've got the bundles here along with all of the different color blocks. And the colored bundles all seem to have an outline on them to make them pop a little bit more. The beds have a unique design on each of them as well. Popping it through again, feeling like a child's area there. Okay, we've got the iron doors and the copper doors on here too. And then we're going to pull back and look at the trees and all of the different wood designs. So we saw in the world that the trees, the leaves at least, had very little transparency. They're more building blocks than they are actual leaf blocks. We can see as well all of the different planks, logs, doors, everything on here. The colors all looking very consistent, looking like they blend in very, very well to each other. Hopefully you guys are getting a chance to see all of it on here as we just fly past. I'm trying not to fly too fast to give you guys a chance to look at the stuff, even though I don't want to call everything out. We've got mangrove here as well. The cherry blossoms, I like the cherry leaves that would sit on the floor. The trapdoors on here, there's a bit more blur in the cherry than I was used to seeing. Okay. And we've got pale oak on there as well. Very nice. Bamboo, I actually like the green lines on the bamboo. It's like strapping. I like that. Very nice. Into the crimson for the nether. And then the warped from the nether as well. We've got hearts in here as well. One thing I haven't seen too much of actually in a cute texture pack. All of the different love hearts and stuff. Very nice to see those make an appearance and not be overwhelming. We've got the concrete powder at the front and then concrete at the back. So again, good solid colors. Very slight designs, copy and pasted across for the powder. I can forgive that. No problem there. It's a consistent design. As we keep on going into the glazed terracotta at the back and the standard terracotta at the front. Again, very cool. I mean, glazed terracotta is some of the craziest designs you're ever going to see in Minecraft. So I'm here for it. Not bad at all. They got rid of that weird arrow block, which is nice. I like that they got rid of that. Honey and honeycomb, slime and bone. Bone getting a bit of blur on there that you don't see everywhere else. Coral, dead and alive. Into like gravel, suspicious gravel, dirt, grass, moss, pale moss, and all of the mud bricks and stuff in the background. We'll carry on over to here. So over here, we've got tough slabs. We've got chiseled tough, polished tough, and tough brick in the background. Good consistent color here. That color does feel very consistent. They do feel like they're part of the same family. We've got deep slate and reinforced deep slate here. Again, feels like it's part of the same family. Even the smooth ones, they all have that same color design. Very good. And this was what I was going to show you guys earlier. So the deep slate, it's got this kind of speckled top with a striped side, making it a bit different. All good. Nice. We've got end stone and purple here. Again, color very good. Very prominent line art as well, making it stand out. Into the nether bricks, soul sand and soil, and red nether bricks. Very simple. It's a very simplified pack. Definitely is. Resin, quartz off in the background. The prismarine families here, which again, I feel like they don't really... They look better here now that we're not underwater, actually. They do look like they belong more. Underwater, they felt like they were standing out a bit more. But they look a little bit nicer there. Okay. What we got here, we got diorite, andesite. The front one is andesite, middle one is diorite, and the back one is a granite or granite for those of you who care about these sorts of things. Sand and red sand. There's not really much to say. It's very clean, very smooth, very well made. We've got suspicious. I think this is the suspicious one. Yeah, because the suspicious gravel had the same weird Tetris block design on it. And bricks in general, again, very clean. What's this? This is black stone. Another prominent heart there. Yeah, the textures are well made. They're very well made. We've got the stone and stone bricks and mossy stone bricks. I prefer the moss on the stone bricks than I did on the mossy cobblestone. What was this one? This is just standard stone and this is smooth stone, isn't it? Yeah, stone and smooth stone, and then cobblestone and mossy cobblestone. The mossy cobblestone, in fact, can we see? Yeah, they don't look the same. Like, look over there, you got mossy stone bricks and then mossy cobblestone. They definitely don't look like the same type of moss. Very weird. Just little things like they're irking me for some reason. Mushrooms and their blocks. We've got the florals and the cacti. Just coming on here again with that basic simplified design. We've got a happy ghast with some bows in its hair. Bit pink. Nice. An endermite with a flesh colored tail. Very weird. Turtle. We'll pop in a wandering trader. Don't be a clown. Trying to just, that is a big bunch of hair. Almost clown in design. Why are you crying? I don't like that. I don't like that. Like, it's nice. It looks good. I don't like it. We've got a creaking. The allay over here as well. You gonna turn around for us? Yeah, not much going on there. Slime. Some good transparency on the slime. Okay. But again, what am I seeing here? Not much expressiveness. The sniffer. Very colourful flowers. The camel. Like, I can't say there's many like expressions and expressiveness going on over here. This guy looks happy though. He looks like he's smiling. How you doing? We've got the armors on here. Chainmail. Okay, they've gone more outfit based. Alright, well at least it's not copy and paste. I like the chainmail here because it's outfit based. It's not supposed to be chainmail. So that's fine. Kind of a farmer-esque design there for leather. Iron. Gold. Kind of looking like a postman outfit or something. Not really sure what's going on there. Diamond with the weird ears. Netherite. Kind of looking like a wizard. Okay, and then a turtle hat. We've also got over here the animal armors that you can see. And then I've moved the armory trims area over to here, and the corresponding trim is for what's above it. So you can see them on here. They're very standard. Not exactly much change going on there. They've not exactly redesigned the trims at all. Most texture packs don't, unfortunately. It's a shame. And then if we come down here, so the hose are copy and paste. Some very good paintings in the background. The shovels are copy and paste. The swords are copy and paste. I mean, the netherite's got a slightly different change to the hilt, but really, it's copy and paste. Same for the axes, and same for the pickaxes. That's a shame. This pack seeing shortcuts where it can. And then over here, you can see... Did I leave the trims? I did. So you've got the little trim designs on the background if you want to see them better. Probably get rid of that. I'll probably keep it. And then you've got all of the different weapons and elytras and shields. We've got a flint and steel, which is a lighter. We're going to put on the carved pumpkin. On there like so. So this is how it looks there. And then wearing it. I like the nose hole. Makes it easier to see through. With a little bit of a tinted change. Okay, yeah, not bad, not bad. Works for me. Thank you very much. Let's put that back. And then lastly then, we've got the Nether portal. The turned off one, the turned on one. I always do it. The end portal, turned off, turned on. The Nether portal with crying obsidian. I like the crying obsidian design. Looks like it's directional as well, depending on how you place it. And then the conduit too. Now, if you've noticed any changes here in the armory, let me tell you, never try to upload a flat world to a realm. It breaks not only the one that you upload into the realm, but it also breaks the standard one too. Yes, I broke my armory. I was trying to see if it would be possible for me to host the armory as a world download for you guys, and it broke my armory. So I have changed things in areas, and stuff's missing and stuff's added. So let me know if there was anything that you used to like that you haven't seen. But yeah, in terms of the world, in terms of the armory, in terms of the texture pack, the textures are very well made. They fit theme very, very well. There's a bit of copy and paste in places. There's a bit of stuff where I'm like, okay, it's a bit weird. And then just, again, expressive mob designs. I just don't see them. I'm sorry, I really don't. Let's head back to the main world and let's go to the Nether now. Alright, so into the Nether we go. You can see again, no custom GUI there. And looking around, so Netherrack, again, very basic. We've got this squarey design. I feel like I've seen this design in about 7 or 8 different packs. And again, very wallpaper-esque in these designs as well. Blackstone here has got that same effect that Deep Slate had, where the top is different to the sides. We've got more hearts showing up here with Neverwart blocks. We'll pop in through here. In fact, let's get into spectator mode for a second. Let's get into an open area. That'll do. Maybe it won't. There we go. Now it will. So we're in a crimson biome. We've got the lava. Very bubbly. Very hot. I like it. It's cool. Yeah, there's slight changes in the design. Or maybe I should... No, there is. There's an animation to it, which is very good. We've got the crimson nylium floor. Hearts definitely being added more and more around here. We pop through. Doesn't seem to have an issue with fog at the moment, or does it? There is a heavy fog. No, there is a heavy fog. I wouldn't call it an issue. I think it works with it being a darker area. But there is a heavy fog. If we pop over into this way, we've got the Basalt Delta looking very purple. I like that. That's a nice effect. And then you get that kind of sandstormy design. The magma and the magma... Well, the magma cube doesn't even look like it's been updated. That looks broken. So I'm adding that to the list of broken things. I still say the sheep's ears were broken. I definitely say that the lush biome fog was broken. So we've definitely got 2 broken elements here. This is immersion breaking for the Nether. I don't think that's an overstatement. I do think little things like that do break immersion a lot easier than people realize. We've seen the Strider already. Let's get through here. Glowstone. We've got a Ghast. Same pink as the Happy Ghast. In fact, it's a copy and paste of the Happy Ghast, except for the face where it looks sadder. Okay, I'll let you guys tell me what you think about that. Should the Happy Ghast and the Ghast have a different design? I'm going to go into survival so we can see what the attack is. Hello, mate. You want to... Okay. So there is a slight... Well, I mean, there is an animation change. It's not invisible. Yeah, okay. I'm there with it. That's fine. Let's get into creative again for that one. I just want to pop over here and just see some of this stuff over here too. There's an Enderman, but we'll see him in the end. So we're not going to focus on his hat just yet. Let's get up here. Just see a bit more of the Nether. The lava. I like the magma block though. The magma block is very nice. Just fly around a little bit more just to show off a bit more of the Nether. The fog works in the Nether, I think. I think it does. I do have an air of disappointment for this pack. I'm sure that shows through, but I do have an air of disappointment. Down here, we've got Zombified Piglin. I like the little model change to the top. Again, I'm not exactly seeing expression. Maybe expressive means something else. But yeah, okay. I mean, fundamentally, there's nothing wrong with it. It's once you start looking at the description. Here. What's that on your face, mate? So this is a piglin. Why do you... Is that meant to be like a piglin nose ring? What is that? And why isn't it on this guy? Hello. You are also a piglin. So there's variation to piglins. Some have this weird nose ring and some don't. I don't like the nose ring. That has not been implemented well if that is supposed to be a nose ring. But okay. Let's go and find a fortress. And so we've got the fortress here then. The bricks looking very nice. I like how clean those bricks are. I think they're very good as a building block. The color looks nice too. Get around here. We're going to see a blaze now, I think. What? Okay, it did it. It broke me. It made me laugh. The blaze have bunches in their hair. Okay. Okay. They look like something out of Grease. All right. Not the country, the movie. Okay. It's Sandra D. No worries. Fair dues, showing my age there, but all right. All right. I like it. This right here is got to be the first actual mob that they fully owned. I like this. There's more of this. Great. Great creativity there. More of that is awesome. That's really good. Do we have a Wither skeleton? Yes, we do. Over here. And that's where the disappointment comes in. You see the creativeness, you see the care added to the blaze, and then you just see the Wither skeleton is just a switch of a standard skeleton. Alright, fair enough. I mean, most texture packs do it, won't mark it down for it, but don't show me what you can do, and then show me what you've settled with. That's just so disappointing. Let's get the Wither. Again, not exactly the most expressions on these mobs, but I really liked the blaze is awesome. Let's get up here for the Wither. Yeah, I mean, they've added in the cute cheeks. It just feels like a cliche. Where's the expressiveness? I don't know. I don't know. Let's head to the end then, and let's see what the Ender Dragon and the Enderman look like. Alright, into the end we go then. A simple end block, okay. I mean, it does the job, doesn't it? No problem. Let's pop up here. We've got the Void looking fine. Very good Void. We've got the Enderman. I like your little hat, mate, and your little bow tie. Okay. Again, following the kind of villager theme of not exactly reinventing the wheel, but adding characteristics and character to the mob in general. That works for me. I'm a fan of that. No problem at all. Very, very good. Something as simple as just adding a hat just makes a pack feel different, which is very good. Let's head over here. We've got the Ender Dragon. It's quite standard. Not really much going on there. Yeah, I mean, it's a nice kind of tones, good color, good outline color. I just expect more. You read the new expressive 3D look for entities and you just expect more. Now, maybe expressive isn't supposed to just mean that they're smiling or angry or shocked expressions, but also that they've got these character-defining changes, which, if so, they are more apparent in other mobs as well. So we're not just looking at facial expressions, but it's not all entities. I wouldn't really be singing about it in the description. I really do feel like the description does this entire pack a massive disservice, and I feel like that's a problem that plagues the marketplace. Let's head to the Ancient City and let's get this review finished. Alright then, so we are in the Ancient City. Let's drink this and see what we've got going on. So I feel like because of the fog, we've gotten a bright blue airiness to the Ancient City. In fact, I'm going to milk bucket again. Let's see. So there's elements of like tonal shading and stuff. Maybe that's not even a term. I don't know. But like shading and shadows seem to be happening here as standard. And then when you night vision it, it makes the world feel a lot bluer than standard. Like it definitely didn't look like... Sorry. It definitely didn't look like that at night. Which is, you know, I mean, I'm just glad the fog's not messing up. It looks nice down here, though. I mean, what we got here, this is a sculk block, isn't it? Yeah, sculk looks really nice. It's a very strong design. You've got this design of the deep slate here, too. Kind of making it feel like it's made up of, like, tons of different columns. Interesting. We've got the wool over here, too, which we would have seen in the Armoury in passing. Like, yeah, I like how blue it is. I like how kind of otherworldly this is. It's nice. It's nice. I am just worried that fog is going to appear out of nowhere from lush biomes and stuff, which you shouldn't be worrying about. Hang on. This world has two ancient cities next to each other. How weird is that? I've never seen that in a review. Okay. Well, let's carry on around here then. I was wondering why it was so massive. But yeah, it's a nice blue design. Yeah, that looks quite cool. Let's get the Warden out here. Alright, so the Warden should be about to spawn. And so almost the same thing that plagued the Wither and the Ender Dragon. Not reinventing the wheel, not really adding much of a change. And now that they've shown me what a blaze looks like, this stuff is all just disappointing to me now. You could have put bunches on the Warden's hair and made it your own. You've made him smile. And you've given him like these armbands, but I don't know, it just feels like it's missing something, and it's very simplified. Is it cute? Yeah, of course it is. Of course it's cute. Children are going to love this pack. This is awesome. Like, it's a happy world. It's like cool like that. But I just feel like something's missing, and maybe I'm asking for too much. What am I going to give this pack out of 10? Well, I feel like this is a tale of a few different stories, right? And this isn't just an excuse to talk, but I feel like if we ignore the description and ignore the breaking elements or elements that look like they're broken or maybe not implemented correctly, I feel like this could easily be a strong 7 or a borderline 8 because of how cute it is, how smooth it is. The textures are awesomely made. They're very high quality textures. All right, not everything has its own creative wonder to it, but there's effort. There's, you know, they've hit a theme. So I feel like a strong 7 or an 8 could very easily be given to this pack. But we have to factor in that there are elements that aren't working correctly, like the lush cave biome fog. There's no way you can tell me that that's meant to be how that works. And if it is, that's a poor design and would knock it down anyway. Certain other things, just a bit. Why does the sheep have a bell? For me, cows are the ones that have bells. I don't know why a sheep has a bell, and it looked poorly implemented. The piglins, some of them had that weird nose ring thing. That looked like that was poorly implemented. The horses don't look like they belong. The magma cube doesn't look like it's up to date. The fog, like I said, for the lush caves isn't working too great. And the sheep had that weird thing around their ears that just made it look like it was broken. So those are a few elements I'm just kind of like, is it perfectly made? Is it perfectly implemented? So that knocks it down for me. And then I look at the description and I see things like new expressive 3D look for entities. So the Enderman obviously had the hat. The Blaze obviously had the hair bunches. The villagers all had some great characteristics to them. I'm trying to think of other things. The sheep, okay, the sheep had the bell. The piglin had the nose ring. That's not all of the mobs though, is it? Like, that's what, 6 mobs, 7 mobs? 7 entities from a pack that, or from a game that has like dozens, double dozens, triple dozens. It's not enough. And then you've got fully custom UI. Is it fully custom? You've slightly changed the color of the gray, maybe. You've slightly put a different icon there because the icon for the item is changed. No, that's not a fully custom UI. It's definitely not. And then let's go back to the GUI section. It doesn't look great. So I feel like for me, I'm arguing between 2 different numbers here. For me, it's either a 4 or a 5. And I think fixing the broken elements is easy to do, or should be easy to do. Rewriting the description should be easy to do. So I think I'm going to go for a 5. I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10 in the hopes that it gets updated, in the hopes that it gets those little elements fixed. And it could very easily be stronger. But let me know what you guys think. Maybe I'm being too harsh. Maybe I'm not being harsh enough. Let me know. Please do leave a like on the video. Drop a comment. Let me know your review. I always enjoy reading what you guys think of texture packs. And if you're new to the channel, please do hit the subscribe button. I'll be adding my review score, my 5 out of 10 review score, to the Dazman Blogs texture pack review score database. So head over to dazmanblogs.blogspot.com. Link down in the description if you want to go and see all of my texture pack review scores and do some research for yourself and see how a ton, nearly 200, I think, other texture packs look. But thank you for watching. I greatly appreciate it, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace!